If you're sitting there thinking, I don't have a lot of money, my credit isn't great, I definitely can't afford to buy an investment property, and this video is for you. Because when I first got started in real estate investing, I wasn't some wealthy investor. I wasn't even a business owner. I didn't know how to flip houses. I was actually a former police officer, a mom, and I had zero experience in real estate. And if someone had told me back then that I'd eventually build a real estate investing business without needing great credit, tons of money, or a huge team, I wouldn't have believed them. But that's exactly what happened. And today I want to show you the same path I would take if I had to start all over from scratch. What's going on, everybody? I'm Bettina. I've been investing in real estate since 2016. And one of the biggest misconceptions I see online is that people think they need money first. They think they need a rental or a down payment, perfect credit, or they need to already be investors. But the truth is, most people are trying to skip steps. They're trying to start where experienced investors finish. And that's where they get stuck. I know because I've been there. Now, before you ever worry about rentals, passive income, or building a portfolio, you need to learn how real estate deals actually work. Now, that's exactly why I believe wholesaling is one of the best places for beginners to start. Most people start researching real estate and immediately become obsessed with rentals. They see people online talking about passive income. They see people posting about Airbnbs. They see people buying apartment buildings, and they think that's where they need to start. Now, of course, that is the end goal to some of you, but if money is tight right now, that approach can actually slow you down. Because now, if you're trying to save huge down payments, qualify for loans, maybe manage some debt, and you take on risk before you ever even complete a deal. Instead, what if you learn how to find the opportunities first? What if you learn how to identify motivated sellers? What if you learned how investors think or how deals come together? That's exactly why wholesaling teaches you. Here's something most people don't realize. Wholesaling isn't just about making money. It's about learning the business. Now, this is what wholesaling taught me: how to talk to sellers, how to negotiate, how to evaluate opportunities, how to solve problems, how to understand numbers, and how to think like an investor. Now, those skills follow you into every other part of real estate. Whether you eventually want to have rentals, flips, owner financing, wholesaling, land, commercial properties, or anything else, the foundation is actually still the same. And wholesaling teaches that foundation. Now, let me simplify this as much as possible. A homeowner has a problem. Maybe they inherited a property. Maybe they're relocating. Maybe they just need a quick sale. Maybe they simply don't want to deal with repairs or listing the property. And you find that opportunity. You put the deal under contract, then you connect that opportunity with an investor who wants the deal, who has that big capital, and you get paid for creating that opportunity. Now, that's wholesaling in its simplest form. You're not becoming a landlord. You're not fixing houses, dealing with contractors. You're not taking out huge loans. You're learning how to create value. Now, let me save you a lot of money and frustration. You don't need an expensive website, a fancy logo, business cards, paid ads, a huge following on social media, an office, a team. What you need is so much simpler. You need consistency, you need conversations, you need follow-up, and you need the willingness to learn. And that's it. Now, most beginners spend months building the perfect business instead of building momentum. And momentum is what creates results. Now, can you do this with a full-time job? Absolutely. In fact, many people start that way. You can make calls before work. You can follow up during lunch. You can respond to leads at night or have them auto-scheduled. You can take appointments on weekends. Guys, we can leverage systems and processes. And that's one of the reasons why I love wholesaling for beginners. You don't need to quit your job right away. You don't need to bet everything on one deal. Now, you can learn while still maintaining stability. And that's exactly what I recommend. Build proof first, then make bigger decisions later. Now, the real reason most people fail, you want the truth, is that most people don't fail because they're broke. Most people fail because they quit way too soon and they expect results in a week. And they expect one conversation to change their life. They expect one lead to become a deal. And real estate rewards consistency. Trust me, I learned the hard way. The people who win are usually the people who keep showing up after everyone else gives up. Now, the real takeaway here is if you're broke right now, that's okay. I've been there, done that. But if your credit isn't perfect, that's okay too. If you don't have a current rental property, that's all right. You don't need to start where someone else is finishing. You simply need a strategy that allows you to get in the game. And for me, what I recommend is wholesaling. That's that strategy. Now, when I first started real estate investing, I started in fix and flip, the complete opposite. But I learned so much in that. But if I were to tell you, if I were to start from scratch, I'd start with wholesaling because that teaches you the business, the confidence. It helps you understand how deals work and how to create opportunities that eventually open bigger doors. Now, if you're curious about learning how to find motivated sellers, understanding how wholesaling works, and start building real momentum in real estate, that's why I created my No Flip Flip Method course. It's beginner friendly, it's super affordable, and inside I walk you through beginner friendly strategies for finding opportunities, understanding motivated sellers, and learning the skills that can help you get your first deal without needing a huge marketing budget or years of experience. If you're ready to stop watching literally from the sidelines and actually learn the process, click the link below and check out the No Flip Flip Method course. And if you're wondering what a real wholesale deal actually looks like, watch the next video where I break down how I get a property under contract using just $10 in earnest money. I'll see you over there.